Both runners starting up. And both playing on the digital version of the game, which means that neither will have an advantage over the other from that. Both starting off cap with the fairly simple movement, although Glassfangs seeming to be slightly ahead. They're both heading into Frog Room. Just about tied. Glassfangs being still slightly ahead. We'll have to see if either runner goes for left side, because that could either be a very a good time save or a good time loss for either runner. Yep, it looks like both runners are going for it. We'll have to see how that goes. Oh, Glassfangs missing left side, and both runners, in fact. But Glassfangs having a slightly better backup than AzHarcos, which puts him slightly ahead. So Glassfangs getting a 226 cap, and AzHarcos with a 228 cap. So very close. And again with Cascade, a fairly easy kingdom. I'm assuming we won't see a big difference between these runners out of Cascade, because they're both fairly consistent. I highly doubt we will see either runner going for DSS, considering it is a race and they're not quite at that level of consistency, I would assume. Yep. They're not at the point where DSS is too worth it within a run. Both runners going for Dino Skip. And both getting it fairly well. Both selecting not to go for other coins in the first cycle of the down. Although it doesn't matter, because they'll still be there when that second cycle comes. It's like about a 2 to 3 second difference between the two runners. Still very close. We'll have to see if either goes for chest clip, because at their level there, it could be worth it. It's looking like Glassfangs is going for, and AzHarcos are going for the top of high cliff. Glassfangs having slightly better movement, and AzHarcos missing a smaller spin pound. I hope no chest clip. Sand is where this run really starts to pick up, and where we may start to see a bigger difference between the runners. Glassfangs with a 541 exit, and AzHarcos with a 544. Once again, Glassfangs gaining a little bit of time, but nothing major, especially as we go into sand. Yes, so, Saren just, put in chat the links to the racers' Twitch pages. Go and check them out and follow them. They're both incredibly talented runners. So, currently planting the seed for DSTA, and heading up to the moon for both runners. We are seeing just about the same movement, except slightly, better for Glassfangs, just in general. So I assume both runners have made their DSTA cycles. Looks like Glass definitely has. Yep. Pretty soon we will have Dram, where I assume both runners will be going for it. Yep, Glass has a slightly sub-hour sub, I believe. But I am not sure about. I don't know either runners for sure. Glass looking like he does get Dram. Yep. Same with AzHarcos. So Glass did go for one bill, I believe, but AzHarcos just doing that strat and falling down, having to go back up the icicle. That is a pretty major time loss for AzHarcos, especially considering how close this race has been. Both runners heading up to Jaxie, which is nearing the end of sand. Then we'll be moving on to Lake, where both runners may be going for Lake Croak. We'll have to see. Alright, there we are. Glassfangs about one moon ahead. Assuming his notes goes well. Still 2 throws for notes, but not quite that one throw that we may see AzHarcos getting. Yep. That just saves a little bit of time. AzHarcos says a 10032 song. I did not quite see what Glassfangs globed at, but AzHarcos globing at a 1020. A 1034 exit for Glassfangs, and I assume a 1044 for AzHarcos. Yep, so it's about a 10 seconds difference out of sand, but with lake clip and like just generally being difficult at a high level, this could totally flip by in the next couple of minutes. Both starting off lake with very solid movement. Yep, does look like Glassfangs will be going for lake clip. But getting it second try, still saving quite a bit of time with it. But we'll have to see if AzHarcos... Yep, AzHarcos does make up some time by getting first try lake clip. So AzHarcos saving about 4 seconds of the 10 seconds he was behind into the kingdom. It's very good to see the runners getting closer, rather than one taking a large lead. Definitely sets up for a very interesting rest of the race. But lake is generally easy from here on out. AzHarcos passing with the broken pillar. Oh, and Glassfangs going for the camera trick right here. Whereas AzHarcos is just going in. I'm not sure how much time the camera clip saves in RTA. Alright. Glassfangs finishing with the 1329 like exit. Very, very good. And AzHarcos with about a 1339. So, Glassfangs was able to make up some time. About as much time as he lost with that pillar. But we'll have to see what strats people go for in wooded. I would assume, well, definitely not clip and perhaps tree route from both runners. Both starting off wooded. Yep, looks like free route from Glassfangs, definitely, as well as from AzHarcos. Seeing about the same movement from both runners, although AzHarcos, I think, missing a roll cancel right there. Glassfangs gearing up for Nutcliff. For a runner of his consistency, yeah, he definitely gets it. Oh no! Never mind, that angle was just too far, and this is going to be a big time save for Harcos getting Nutcliff. Wow. And Glassfangs messing with the ramp. Although it looks like Glassfangs is still ahead. He will have to get the Piranha Plant Moon. Glassfangs heading over, but having to kill the Piranha, because of that Nutcliff. And Harcos going for FRS and definitely getting it. Yep. As Glassfangs goes into some cutscenes. Yes, not clip. Oh, and Glassfangs going for Vault FRS instead of the roll canceling. Ooh, Harcos taking a little bonk in tower. Yeah, so, Saren throwing out glass for not getting Nutcliff. So Harcos about to head into pipes, which is a fairly difficult part of the run. I assume Glassfangs will also be going for Spiritless. Yep. Right. Harcos getting the good pipes and fairly far ahead of Glassfangs at the end of this wooded with an 1845 globe. Glassfangs also getting pipes. Very good. Very good. I did not say goated pipes. So, greatest of all time. Yep. Harcos having a 19-second lead into Cloud. But not going for Cloud Boost. The more consistent option. It was a good idea not to. Harcos getting the second fast out. Very good. As Glass gets the first. Alright. Looks like a very good cloud for AzHarcos. With a 20-35 exit. Ooh. Glass going for the spin bumps in fast stats. AzHarcos seem to have gained about a second on Glassfangs in this cloud. I'm not sure what from. Glass is a god, you are correct. Glass losing some momentum on Meme Tree. And having to go for the triple jump variant. Think Late will shift again soon? I don't know. This is looking like a pretty good loss for AzHarcos so far. And Glass has had some trouble this game in. Oh, AzHarcos with a small bong. Still about 3 moons ahead. Oh no! Saren might be correct. AzHarcos with the capture strats as well, after messing up Torpedo and taking another bonk. This is not looking as good for AzHarcos now. Electing to go for the safer strat of the Stone Prison. Third cage triple. Oh, but Glassfangs also not getting the Torpedo Moon. We'll have to see. Oh, AzHarcos dying, losing a couple of seconds. Haha. Alright, I guess I'll have to believe you. The class going up and getting the strat outside of Lost. Yeah, Cappy does not like the Lost Globe. Something about it. So AzHarcos with a 23 flat exit of Lost, and I think Glassfangs with something like a 23-25. So AzHarcos, despite some mistakes in Lost, still managed to gain 4 more seconds. But, you know, as the script says, we will see a change in lead sometime soon. Both runners having fairly good movement at the beginning of Night Metro, and I assume AzHarcos will be bouncing on the Goomba and not having to take that back up. AzHarcos not going for particularly hard strats, but also making some small mistakes, having to have a better cycle. Oh, or a worse cycle. Oh, I didn't even notice, but Glassfangs bonking and having to go up the stairs. And then another bonk I see. Glass heading up to in Night Metro and having a much nicer time than AzHarcos. Yeah. It's the extra workout than just jumping off the building onto another one. But we'll have to see how Wiggler goes for both runners, as things could change fairly quickly if, in even 3 cycles. Not that that's likely at their skill level. AzHarcos about to head into the second cycle, and Glass just finishing up the first. Yep, looking like a very good second phase for AzHarcos, except for that missed orb piece. Whatever parts of mech are called, or what they're called. Also looking like, oh, not a great cycle for Glassfangs, but just a couple of hits and he'll be fine. So that's a 26-33 Night Metro exit from AzHarcos. And a 26-57. Yep, 7 from Glassfangs. So, both runners getting about the same Night Metro. No one gaining or losing any time against the other. AzHarcos heading up to Scoop Clip. We'll have to see how that goes, needing a little bit of a setup. No drive-by. Glassfangs spin throwing and bonking and whatnot. Oh, AzHarcos having some trouble getting the garbage moon, but still able to get the drone. Glass undeterred, this gamer cannot be stopped. Correct. Even with that much better scoot clip. Taxi kind of messing with AzHarcos right there. We'll have to see if either runner goes for bullet building. No, AzHarcos taking the much safer strat of going for musicians. Glassfangs getting hit by the taxi, or Glassfangs hitting the taxi. We'll have to see if he goes for bullet building. And it looks like he is. Trying to save those extra couple seconds when he's already slightly behind. Yep, some very good gambling action from Glassfangs. And some good building movement so far. And getting the bullet bill. Very good. Both runners seemingly closer than they have been since around Wooded. Oh, yeah, once again, AzHarcos falling down, missing the full moon. Glassfangs setting up the top of City Hall. 10 pounding down. AzHarcos with a small bonk. Another, a bit larger bonk. With some more capture strats as well. Glassfangs nailing the people's room. Yep, just as small mistakes. AzHarcos with the 31-13 exit. Only looking like a 10 to 15 second difference now. But once again, another very difficult kingdom upcoming. Yep, a 12 seconds difference. So Glass and Daymatch are cutting AzHarcos' lead in half. AzHarcos generally having some less optimized movement than Glassfangs at the very beginning of the kingdom. Of course, AzHarcos going for the Snowdram route. And I imagine Glassfangs will as well. AzHarcos seemingly not getting Snow Clip. That's losing about a second or two, but it depends on what Glassfangs gets. Ooh. Yep, Glassfangs gearing up and probably getting it. Oh no. It just looked like it. But the runner's going to Goomba Room pretty soon. We'll have to see how the death-defying triple jump goes for either. AzHarcos looking like he's getting it. Yep. Glassfangs taking a little bit of damage, but that's okay. Well, we do see both runners going up to the shop and soon to Snowdram. We'll have to see how that goes, although they're both consistent. So they should be getting it. Yep. Chris getting Snowdram. Very, very good. As Glassfangs sets up for it. Glassfangs also getting Snowdram. This is quite good, although Glassfangs is just slightly further behind. So 35-54 exit from AzHarcos. And a 36-11 from Glassfangs. AzHarcos saving about 5 seconds on Glassfangs in this kingdom. So we are moving on to Seaside, which is a bit of a break from the difficulty of Lost Through Snow. Because nailing the first jump. Glassfangs having a little bit less great movement at the beginning, but it shouldn't matter too much. Going up to ride the jet stream, having a little bit of trouble there. Yeah. Ooh, and a small bonk. Should be okay. Does make up for the small amount of time save against Glass at the very beginning of the kingdom. Alright. Glassfangs about 2 moons behind, almost exactly. Although I'm not sure how much time that was. Alright. Glassfangs about to do fish clip. Looks pretty good. And a 38-57 globe. So we did just see some slightly better movement from AzHarcos, so he should be gaining a little bit of time here, I believe. Yep. Looks like 3 to 4 seconds. As AzHarcos exits Seaside at a 39-17. AzHarcos could be this if he tied your late game. I have a feeling in a race that's unlikely. So we are heading into luncheon, which is quite a difficult and long kingdom. We are seeing Glassfangs saving a bit of time, I assume, by using Salt Triple. And AzHarcos bonking right down there as he heads in Spirit. Of course, we aren't doing Spiritless from either runner. Saren promising an unforgettable luncheon, which we'll have to see. New wave trick called Spirit Club. Wow. Steam from the steamed hams. Nothing particularly bad happening in this luncheon so far, but we are only about 2 minutes in. Darn, still doubling down and promising a very good luncheon. AzHarcos setting to Fork's room. A very optimized segment of the game. I get a feeling we won't see him hit the ground very much. Glassfangs about a Fork's room behind, which is a strange unit of time. But fitting considering the race. Oh wow, AzHarcos. The first real mistake of luncheon apart from that bonk. Somehow uncapturing the Podubo. Yep, no DSS is this race. It is looking a lot closer between these two runners now that AzHarcos has made that mistake. Having some trouble with the Panboro, always a terrible section of the game. Yep, no, does not play. Which also means no spiritless luncheon attempts. We are seeing very close gameplay. AzHarcos lost quite a bit of his lead. Only about an 8-second difference compared to the more than 20 out of luncheon. Glass is cruising. AzHarcos taking a bit of a safer strat out of the mountain. Pretty good idea considering the risk involved. And Harcos finishing with a fairly sub 46 lunch and exit. And about a 7-second difference between the runners. But we are heading on to Ruined, the hardest kingdom in the game. So here we are in the hardest kingdom of the game. We should see big change in lead, assuming our runners make the mistakes that are expected from Ruin. Oh, and see Harcos not going for the... Oh, actually... Yeah, no, not going for the Captain Toad retard. Wishing bad luck upon himself. And now Harcos getting the Captain Toad into her. That's good.
Yeah, really not sure what's going on. Apparently my entire computer has imploded, so yeah, I'm now Zeke Mackey. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are all enjoying the race. My live split crashed and my Discord crashed, so that's a good sign for today, gamers. But at least the race still is going on, so that's a good thing. These runners ending out there are Ruined Kingdoms relatively the same time here. And hopefully I can get Zeke back. But no guarantees. It's looking grim, I'm not gonna lie. Closed Discord like 17 times and it's still broken. Might have to just kick Zeke on out of the commentary booth, take over myself. Let's see here. Discord. Alright, wonderful, beautiful, amazing. Discord is back, potentially.
It looks like we're back, I hope. Alright. Now we're back to normal. I've not quite seen what has gone on, but it looks like Harcos has gained a lot larger of a lead since the end of Ruin. Discord had a stroke. Yeah, it looked like that. You had to take a quiz during lunch, and how did it go, Sato? Arco's electing not to go for dive back. Shards. What happened in luncheon? Not very much. Just some annoying cheese movement with Harcos, and also Harcos uncapturing during the Podo jumps out of forks. Oh, Glass missing the... what's it called? The shard and having to go back for it. Harcos finishing up shards. Also seems like at least Glassfangs went for... Oh, and also... Yeah, both runners, or Glassfangs at least, went for Bowser Dram, which is why he has less of a lead, so we will not see a good, comparison until after Bunnies is over. But Harcos dying. I assume that put Glassfangs ahead, considering the slight time loss from Harcos having to go for the moon after Bunnies. Harcos going for topper first. Not very good. Will doom the end of the run. Oh, and Glassfangs as well. It is not looking like we will have a good end of this race, with both going for topper first. And yep, both of them disqualified. You set your Mario soundboard up. Now I'm curious. Both of them and both of our runners in Harriet. Glassfangs, I think, being slightly ahead considering Bowser Dram. Worst players tend to do topper first, and most top players tend to do Harriet. Coincidence? Yeah. It is looking about tied between the two runners. Actually, Harcos is still looking like ahead, except Glassfangs dying to blind, or not really blind jump, but that jump. That is putting a very good lead on Harcos. I was getting some very bad luck because of his worst choice for the Bunnies fights. Arco's getting the first hit fairly good, and I assume getting her use strap. Yep. Oh, thank you for The 45-bit Stoopy. It's just to build suspense for when AzHarcos falls left mech. Don't worry. We'll have to see. When Gory gets WR, you'll laugh at all the Harriet first army. Yep. Ah. It's like Saren forgetting his own script. AzHarcos not falling off mech. Glass, setting up for target acquired and getting it. Very good. Yeah, that was a weird death. So AzHarcos having a fairly safe lead going into Moon. So 57-29 Moon exit for AzHarcos, looking like a mid or a high 102, assuming a good Moon. AzHarcos 27 or 28 or 29 ahead. Some very good Moon vectoring. We'll have to see if Miles Pro 91 takes over for any of these runners this Moon, or if we see fairly good ones. AzHarcos getting cave skip, but no one wall jump. Looks like Miles Pro has not taken over. And Glassfangs getting cave skip. Ooh, AzHarcos doing the fast hat for Bowser's first phase. And both getting the fast hats. Very good. AzHarcos finishing up the Bowser fight. It's quite good. Heading into escape. It definitely looks like a mid or high 102. So of course we will see both runners going for 2 DSS. Of course. Oh, and Glass having some trouble with the third fast stat. But we will have to see if either goes for 2 ESS at least once. Because that's always a nice thing to see at the end of runs. No 2 DSS attempts from AzHarcos. Okay, AzHarcos heading into pillars. I mean, Saren will have to see about a possible death in pillars or something. Yep, the winner's bracket of this is pretty much finished. This is, I think, the semis. No! No, Glass! Dying to do 2D skip. Oh no. That is not good at all. Oh boy. And a 102.47 from AzHarcos. Very good. Glassfangs going for 2 DSS once again. Well, GG. AzHarcos. Glass doing all blocks. Let's go. What's the point of taking this run seriously? Let's see. Genuinely going for every block. Let's go. Rage versus speed in the winners. Yep. Can't believe they lost. Well, Speed is another god gamer. I'll make sure once again to follow both racers. They both stream their attempts. Yep. Glass having some trouble with the last pillar. There we go. Place Glass finishing with a 104. 56. Yep, at 56. GG Glass, GG AzHarcos. Yeah. Quite a bit of trouble from Glass, but it was generally an interesting race. Oh yeah, it was very close. for most of the run. Oh yeah, Glasser, Harcos, do either of you want to head into, do an interview? Alright. Well then, looks like we aren't going to get any interviewers. So, once again, congratulations to both runners, and, thank you, Saren, for restreaming. Yes, it was very, interesting.
Gonna start.